Well, good afternoon, everyone. Here we are. It's Thursday afternoon, and Passion Tide is upon us, and we're finding ourselves planning ahead for next week and Holy Week. It seems very odd that we know that it's very hard to concentrate on Holy Week, really, with the things going on in the world at the moment. It sounds very difficult, and I think we have to be honest with ourselves, and the next week is going to be a week of tough news in one way or the other. We prepare ourselves despite this for Holy Week, and still not in our churches, which is an experience, I have to say. For us clergy, as we're preparing at home, there's lots of stuff being sent to us on the internet that we can share with you, but it's, rather than share, it's a case about of us sharing with one another on our journey to the cross. So today, as usual, you'll be getting sent out to you. You'll take a moment for that to go. Oh, you can hardly see it. There we go. That's the Worship at Home booklet. If I do it that way, you can kind of see there's something on it. And then also you'll be having the service book for Sunday, which equally can't see very much on there, but it's a bit clearer. It'll make more sense when you open your email or look at it on the website or Facebook page, whichever, however you want to find it. But it's a very odd. It's very odd to kind of work out how Sunday is going to work, because of course there's two parts of the liturgy. There's the palms, palm crosses, the blessing of the palms, the journey, as you know, from somewhere else. Been braver in the past. We've gone down the street and Scott Road, but often for the hall, around and into the church, out into the world, letting the world see what we're doing, but no one there this year to see. So there's that part, and then of course into the crash down into Holy Week, which is that the moment when we hear the Passion from Matthew's Gospel being read on the Sunday. It's all fun until then. It's all quite different and novel and odd. Waving our palms and glory, Lord, and honour. Then it all crashes down, and I find that very moving indeed. And I find that preaching straight after the Passion almost unnecessary. But I have to do it. The book says I have to, and canon law says I must. The bishop insists, so there we are. I'm either myself or I get poor George or Catherine to give it a go. So how are we going to approach that this year? Well, the palms are important. They've all ordered, everything arrived just before lockdown. Great delivery of all the things that we use to try and express our refreshment of our journey to Jerusalem. So we've got loads of palms. Nice new pastoral candles sitting there all ready to go. We have all the bits we need for Holy Week. So how are we going to do this? Well, I'll be streaming, giving to you online two parts of a service on Sunday. First one will be the palms, blessing of the palms. Now, whether you wish to, after having watched that, take your dog for a walk around the block, waving a palm, waving a bush or something like that, that's entirely up to you. Feel free, and then come back. And then we will celebrate the Eucharist, and we'll have the reading, a shorter version with only just me reading it, and you'll be able to follow it in your worship at home together. Look, I do sound very efficient, don't I? I sound like some kind of blogger. Be able to follow that change, that change that happens after the Passion is read. So then we're going a fairly sort of brisk week of things that be put online for you, but they'll happen anyway. They're not being put online for you. They're being shared online so that you can, with me, follow the journey of Holy Week, and you'll see what will be sent to you, what's available online, or you can find it on the web page. You'll be able to see the things that we're doing. 10 o'clock every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, pausing, celebrating communion, but then reflecting on that inching forward towards the Passion and all the subterfuge and difficultness of the Jerusalem and the temple that Jesus is immersed in. It definitely gets darker that week. The Gospels, the story in the Gospel gets more difficult and difficult and difficult, and I'm very aware that is part of our life at the moment. The days will be getting more difficult. But we do keep going. We have to keep going because we need to remind ourselves, and that's why we bother with Holy Week each year, and we bother with Easter. We don't need Easter, as Bishop Jonathan's letter will tell you. We don't really need Easter because we are a permanent Easter people. The resurrection is part of what we are. That's what we are. We don't live in this world just waiting for one time a year when the doors of heaven are open for one day only. They're every day, every second, and will be forever. Easter has happened and continues to happen. But hey, we do need to visit it. We do need to kind of revisit that and find out what is necessary. And so we immerse ourselves somehow into those events which changed humanity forever. I can't wash your feet. Please don't go and sort of sit there with a bowl of water, your washing up bowl in front of you, and slosh your feet about on Thursday. Well, you might wish to. I mean, new days, who knows? But please don't. But do at 7 o'clock. We will online again. You'll find that on your computer screen we'll be able to share in the Lord's Supper, that moment when the weirdness of the Passover meal, it goes all a bit weird, the preparation meal. The apostles don't know really what's going on. What's Jesus on about? This is my body, this is my blood. What's it going on about? And we're sharing that, and then we have that weird bit when we will go and spend time not doing anything. Temptation so often on Maundy Thursday. We go to church and then that's it. But for some people, we stay and we wait and we watch. Don't have to sit in a cold church this year. Maybe that evening, maybe on Thursday, find something to read. Find a book, something which is going to help your mind. Try and keep that discipline until 9 o'clock. We're going to be a bit fair. We don't need to go to 2 in the morning, 4 in the morning. If you're really hardcore church, you carry on all the way through to the beginning of the service on Good Friday. Okay, we'll go to 9. That'll be more than enough. Trouble is, doing the watch in a comfortable armchair, you know the rest. But at 9 o'clock we will hear, and you'll have again on your screen, that moment, that story of Jesus' arrest and the kind of into the night. It goes into the night. It gets all horrible and difficult into the night. They drag him away, and it gets really quite nasty. So we'll have that. 10 o'clock on Good Friday. Something quite simple here. We'll have some prayers and reflection on the cross. It's a day that we know it's important to reflect on. Difficult but important. We need to do that. So again at 10 o'clock we're going to pick up the service of reflection. We're here again John's Passion. I'll tell you about that later. Too much now. Then you get a day off. Saturday, nothing. The tomb sealed. Reminds us that there was that moment when there was a complete pause in life. The world didn't know it. There'll be no football here this year. I mean, Holy Saturday or Good Friday, we're trying to, and everyone's off to Argyle. Well, there's none of that. It'll be quiet. Some of you might remember many years ago, just What Good Friday was always silent? Holy Saturday, nothing. Tomb is sealed. Easter Day. Yours truly will be up at 5:45 in the morning, as I said I would, and we will be, I'll be lighting the Paschal candle for the first time. It's a great big long one, brand new one, 4 foot long. Shrinks every year. It's all the baptisms. And yeah, I'll be up at 5:45. It'll be cold and dark, but we'll be able to share in that experience. You can set your alarm clock if you really want to. Be cool, very nice if you did, or wait until you get up. Make sure if you do want to do that, if you are going to follow, get up. Watch that early in the morning. Get up at 8 in the morning. Watch it early. Watch it early. It's very deliberate. It goes from dark to light, and we'll just see how that goes. I really don't know how that's going to transpire, because it normally takes about an hour and a half. 10 o'clock, Easter Day, new day, odd day, but a necessary day to celebrate the resurrection, which is what, as I said earlier on, what we are. That's what we are. The resurrection. It runs through our veins, because Jesus has given it as a gift for us to grasp on. We throw it away if we want, but we can grasp onto it. It's a gift for there for eternity. 10 o'clock Easter Day. And then I do hope somehow, somewhere, someone has got you something to celebrate with. I hope you do. Couple of lamb chops for me. The rest of the family don't like lamb, so I'll get a little bit lamb shank or something. I don't know. Poor lambs. Oh dear. Whichever way you wish to celebrate, do that. And, you know, the weather's going to be quite lovely. It's going to be a very, ironically, a very lovely Easter, and the weather forecast tell us. That's what we're going to get up to. Hopefully, you and me. And the rest of them. It's interesting that when I send these out, I get replies from people. Not everyone. It'd be nice just to let me know. I sound like a real YouTube blogger here. Let me know. Subscribe. Do all the. No, it's not that. It's nice to get a message. Email me back a message. I'm phoning around some of you, and I'm getting some of you. Also, those that in our parish that don't have access to computers, internet. And it's quite a moving experience to pick up the phone and talk and say, do you know what? Shall we pray? Now, I'm an Anglo-Catholic. That's a bit weird to start with, I have to say. Very odd experience. Hey, let's pray. Go for it. But I might be different after all of this. I hear you panic. It's going to put the drum kits into the church. Get the disco lights out. No, they're at home. No. Because this is whole experience, the good and the difficultness of this situation. It's making us look in ourselves and just what we are. Easter, Holy Week and Easter this year will be something more powerful, maybe, than we expected. We may miss it, but yet we may profit from it. We may learn that the resurrection is in us, not in what we do in church. It's in us, for us to grasp. There you go. That's Thursday for you. Sun is shining. No. Yes, just about. The cars are sparkling clean because we have nothing else to do. The lawn needs cutting yet again because once you start you can't stop. Temptation to go around the church and do a few bits and pieces has to be resisted, but the lawn out there will be cut and things painted up outside over the next few weeks. and conversations to be had and preparations to be had. So look after yourselves. I'm going to speak to you before then, but take care of yourselves. And as I say, if you feel useless and you feel like you can't do anything, pray. Pray for those who are struggling. It's busy. I know I'm hearing through for what's happening. It's very difficult in the healthcare system. Pray for them. You never know how that will help. It will help. You won't see it, maybe, but it will help. And let's head towards the resurrection again. Remind ourselves that it is within us. Me sitting here with all my bits and gubbins around me. You sitting there. God bless you. And I'll catch you on Sunday. God bless.